No matter what kind of account you have, be it a free Microsoft account or a home or business Office 365 account, you have the ability to create your own OneNote notebooks to organize just about anything you like. And by the way, if you haven't used OneNote in the last, 5 years or so, you haven't used OneNote. It's been updated quite a bit in terms of what you can do with notebooks. This course won't even scratch the surface. And in fact, if I'm being honest, I never really paid much attention to OneNote as an application until this app came out, Office Lens. This app is a phone app available for iPhones, Android phones, and of course, Windows phones. And with it, you can take a picture of just about anything, a piece of paper, a whiteboard, a projector screen at a conference, and Office Lens trims, enhances, and rotates pictures, making them readable. And what's more is that it automatically saves these pictures and notes, you guessed it, to OneNote. So why am I telling you about this app in a OneNote video? Because if you use OneNote, this app is an absolute must-have. But I digress. There are many other uses for OneNote besides its integration with other programs and apps like Office Lens and even Outlook. OneNote makes collaboration with others quite easy. Think of it like a shared group binder where you can add sections and pages, notes, links, files, even tags to content to make it easier to find. All of that and more we'll be covering next. There are several ways to create a brand new OneNote notebook depending on what kind of account you have. If you have a free Microsoft account and you are in your OneDrive folder, couple of ways to create a brand new OneNote notebook. You can go up to that apps launcher in the upper left-hand corner and click on OneNote to take you to OneNote.com. Now from here you'll be prompted to sign in with either your Microsoft account or your work or school account. This is your free Microsoft account. This is your home or business account, your Office 365 account. So first I'm going to sign in with the free account right here. This is a screen that will display all of your available notebooks. Now, by default, whenever you create a brand new Microsoft account or Office 365 account, there's a OneNote notebook that is created, and it's usually whatever your first name is, '(s) notebook. But you can create additional notebooks. A lot of people don't know that. If you want to create a brand new notebook, you can click that new button right here, or you can open your main notebook just by selecting it from this list. So let me go ahead and open that up right here just to show you what that looks like. And there's your notebook. Now that's one way to access your OneNote notebooks. Let me show you another way. So jumping back to that free Microsoft account, that OneDrive folder, right up here from that new button, here's another option, OneNote Notebook. Clicking this option, this skips a couple of steps, and this time this will have you just create a brand new notebook. So now if I want to create a separate notebook, something that's separate from the Heather's notebook that I just showed you, I can enter that new notebook name right here. So I'm just going to call this OneNote Training and click Create. And then OneNote will open that notebook. I'm going to go ahead and close that, but here it is. There's OneNote Training. There's Heather's notebook. Notice how they're colored a little bit differently. Now, if at any time you have one of these notebooks open and you want to swap between these various notebooks, you can get to them right from within one of your notebooks. Just go up to the Notebooks tab right here, click once. It might take a little while depending on your browser or your internet connection. And that will take you right back to this page I showed you earlier. And see, there's that notebook we just created. Now let's switch over to a different browser. This is an Office 365 account. This is a paid business account. And right now I'm in the My Apps section. So this one looks a little bit different, but here I have my app, OneNote. Clicking this, This will give you a similar list to what you have in the free Microsoft accounts. It is a list, but there's two tabs. You have a recent tab to show you all of the notebooks that you had worked in. And right here, the My Notebooks tab, well, that shows you all of them. The naming conventions for notebooks are a little bit different. This is Heather at Work. Since this is a small business Office 365 account, makes sense. So there are subtle differences between the two types of accounts. Now that's one way to open it from Office 365. If you have, let's say, a group created, you can create groups in Office 365. This is a private group I created just for clip training. And look up here, I have a brand new button. And look at the very bottom, OneNote Notebook. Clicking on that option, very similar to the free accounts, you can use that to create a brand new notebook that is shared with just the members of this private group. Now right now I only have one member, but as I add members to this private group, this OneNote notebook will automatically be shared with them. So I'm just going to call this notebook Clip Training and click Create. And there's my notebook. So there are many different ways to create a OneNote notebook depending on the kind of subscription or account that you have with Microsoft. Adding and creating sections in a OneNote notebook is incredibly easy. And like most things with Microsoft, they give you many ways to do it, or at least a couple ways to do it. The first way, and you can see this right off the bat on the left-hand side of your OneNote notebook, there's a little plus sign and the word section. Clicking that area right there, that will create a new section. A little window will appear and you can type in the name of that section right then and there. So I'm going to title this section Classes and click OK. As you can see, that next section will then be created after the first section. Now, the first section of any notebook is always going to be untitled. To rename this untitled section, simply right-click with your mouse and choose the option to rename. And giving that a name and clicking OK. That's all there is to creating sections in OneNote. In addition to creating various sections, you can also create pages within those sections. Just select that section and click the Page button above that Page tab. Very similar process to creating sections, by the way. So clicking that button will add another page below the previous page. Another way to create a page is to go up to the Insert tab and in the Notebook group, click on New Page. Now to rename any one of these pages, simply select that page and you see that blinking cursor up top? All you've got to do is type in the title of that page there to have it display here. So typing that in, and there you go. What you see here is what you see there. And that's all there is to creating pages in OneNote Online. One great thing about OneNote is that there is no shortage of ways to add content to your OneNote notebook. And OneNote Online does give you several of the most popular ways to add content to a OneNote notebook. In this next section, we'll be going through some of the most popular ways to add content to a page, be it typing in a note manually, adding links, pictures, drawing a table, or attaching a file. So let's get started. Typing notes in OneNote Online is insanely easy. All you have to do is take your mouse, click, and then begin typing. When you're finished typing, you can click anywhere outside of that note and then hover your mouse back over that note. And you can see that OneNote has created kind of this box around it. When you take your mouse and hover it towards that top bar, you can then move that note anywhere else that you like. Hovering your mouse over the upper edge or right edge, or any edge for that matter, you can then resize that note as you'd like. So really, typing out notes, you have full control over where you can place them and how you can resize and move them around that page. And that is typing a note in OneNote Online. To insert hyperlinks into OneNote Online, there are a couple of ways you can do that. If you take your mouse and go up to your Insert tab, in the Links group, there's your link button. Clicking on that, you can then type in some display text and then type out the address that you'd like to link to, very similar to other Office Online applications. Or what you can do is simply go to the web page that you'd like to create or copy that link, and simply paste it right into your OneNote Online notebook. So I'm just going to click inside this box, hit Control V on my keyboard, and there's my link. Very, very long. Now when I press Enter, there is the link that's right there. Now I can click that and that will open the link in a new browser tab. Now this is kind of ugly and not very descriptive. If I right-click right on top of that link, now I have the option to edit the link. So choosing that option, now I can go back here and change that display text to something a little bit prettier, a little bit more meaningful. Microsoft Answers OneNote. And clicking OK. The link will still work. It will take me to the exact same forum. It's just a little bit easier on the eyes than the other link was. And those are a couple of different ways to create hyperlinks in a OneNote Online notebook. The process for inserting a picture in OneNote Online is identical to the other online Office applications. All you've got to do is go up to your Insert tab, and you have two choices. You can insert a picture from your computer, or you can insert an online picture. And with that online picture choice, you've got one choice, and that's to search Bing, that's the web, for online pictures. So let's do that this time. Let's search the web for classroom pictures. So entering that keyword and pressing Enter, we're going to be searching for images licensed under Creative Commons. So these are pictures that are licensed and free to use. Now we do have the option to show all web results, but those are subject to copyright, so I wouldn't recommend using those pictures or clicking this button, especially if this is a business situation. So stick with these and you'll be safe. And I'm just going to choose one right here and click Insert. So there's my image or my clip art. And just like the other applications, when you select the picture, you'll see your Picture Tools Format tab appear up top. And in an online application, you won't see a whole lot of options. You can add alt text to your image, you can grow or shrink the image or adjust the scale, and you can crop the image by grabbing hold of one of the corners, dragging it in, or dragging it out. But that's about it. Opening the notebook in OneNote in the full desktop version will give you a few more options, but other than that, that's what you're left with in OneNote Online. Another feature that is very similar to the other Office Online applications is the Tables feature. To insert a table in OneNote Online, just go up to the Insert tab, and in the Tables group, click on the Table drop-down. Now there's only one method here to insert a table. Just hover your mouse over this grid here and kind of draw your table from there. So if I want to create a kind of calendar, I can draw a table 7 rows wide and 5 deep, click my mouse, and OneNote will create that table for me. With that table there, I will have a Table Tools Layout tab where I can select various portions of the table, insert and delete rows and columns, and also find options to hide borders and align text. But if you're looking for ways to quickly and easily resize the table from here, it's not very easy. So if you're wanting to click and drag the corner to resize, that's not going to happen very easily. So you will have to rely on that Layout tab to select that table and insert content to it. Now, inserting content is easy. You just take your mouse and click on any one of these individual cells and begin typing. So, typing in my days of the week. And you can see here as I type the word Wednesday, my table is automatically going to resize to fit the text that's in there. So it's a little bit different than the full desktop versions that you're used to. And there is my calendar for the month of March 2016. If I want to change the alignment for any of these numbers within that calendar, I can select those individual cells, go back up to my Table Tools Layout tab, and then change the alignment by choosing one of these options. Maybe I want to align these numbers to the right. And those are pretty much your options for formatting tables in OneNote Online. Pretty bare bones in the end. But for tabular data, displaying numbers, it's perfectly fine. One of my favorite features in OneNote is the ability to add attachments to your OneNote notebook. I know I'm always forgetting where I'm saving files, so placing it in a OneNote notebook is just an easy way to find files. So I'm very, very happy to see that feature in OneNote Online. To insert an attachment, simply go up to your Insert tab, and in the Files group, click on File Attachment. Now there's only one option here, and that's to choose a file from a location. So clicking on Choose File, I'm going to navigate to my Downloads folder and click on Clip Training Clip Start Guide. That's a PDF. And click on Open. To insert that PDF into your OneNote notebook, simply click on Insert. You'll see the little spinning circle as it uploads. When it's finished uploading, you'll see the full icon appear there. And there it is. To open any attachment, simply take your mouse and double-click on the file. Now, in OneNote Online, you can't open files, but you can download a copy of those files. So simply click the download button, and you'll be able to download those files and view them. One of the advantages of working with OneNote Online is how easy it is to share and collaborate with others. In this next section, we will talk briefly about some simple ways to share your notebook with others and how to make content you've created in your notebook easier for others to find by creating tags. To share and collaborate with others, simply take your mouse and navigate up to the Share button. From there, a window will open and show you all your sharing options. Right now, this notebook is only shared with me, but from here, I can use this window to invite other people to this notebook. So in the To line, I can type in their email address here. In this area below, I can type them a quick note. And then beneath that, I can choose whether or not the recipients can edit, or whether or not they can only view the notebook. But I think I'm going to want him to edit. I can also choose whether or not I will require the invitees to have a Microsoft account or not. And I think I'm not going to require them to have a Microsoft account. So, clicking that Share button will send off those invites. And that's one method of sharing out a OneNote notebook. Another option is to get a sharing link. From here, you first choose the option of whether or not you want to create an edit link or a view only link. Now this time, let's choose view only. Once you choose the permission, simply click Create Link. That link will display here, and you'll see options to share that link on social networking sites, and another option to shorten that link. And that's really all there is to sharing a OneNote notebook. Really simple. Now, over time, OneNote notebooks can get quite full. And to help you and others find content, what you can do is, as you're working, tag content. Now, all of your tags live on the Home tab in the Tags group. So clicking on that drop-down menu, you can scroll through and see all of the available tags here. So to tag our web link right here, all we have to do is move our insertion point somewhere near that tag, go to our Home tab, and select the tag we want to tag this link. And I think website to visit is a perfectly appropriate tag. So clicking that option, that will insert that tag and a little tiny icon right next to that link. Now let's tag a few more things here. Let's go up here to classes. And let's move our insertion point right underneath this calendar. And let's create a little to-do list. So going up to the Home tab, let's create tag and click that to-do option. And now I can start typing anything I want. When I press enter, the to-do list will continue. So that's kind of a neat tag. What's even neater about this one is I can mark it checked and unchecked as I complete items on this list. So that's kind of a neat one. Another fast way to tag items is to use the Tell Me box on the ribbon. Clicking in there, if you know the name of the tag you're looking for, you can see I've recently used the important tag. Let's say I type the keyword email. See, there is a Send in Email tag. I can click that, and that will create a Send in Email tag for this March 2016 schedule. To tag this as something I need to send in an email. And that is how you can create tags in OneNote Online. Now, I am sorry to report that in OneNote Online, at this time, you cannot search for tags. So I know we just created a whole bunch of tags, and you can search for them in the desktop version. So let's just search for them in that desktop version right now. So let's go ahead and open this in OneNote. And right from the Home tab in the Tags group, you'll see a button for Find Tags. So all of those tags we created, you will see them appear in the tag summary. And this is what your friends, colleagues can use to find the content that you've tagged within your notebook. It really is quite the handy feature. So that is finding tags in OneNote 2016. And once again, that feature is not available in OneNote Online. You can create tags, but you cannot search for them. You can, however, search for things using this little search box right here. Unfortunately, this search does not include tags. Not yet, anyway. Maybe someday, just not yet.